Shut up and sit down.
Hey, good afternoon, good morning, good evening to everybody. My dog says hello. Guys, thanks for joining today. My name's Jason, KC5HWB. This is Ham Radio 2.0, which is where this episode is going to be posted, but you might see a few more faces in the screen right now than just mine. So that ought to make everybody happy because nobody wants to watch my face anyway. So this is the second installment of the YouTubers bunch that we got a couple of new stations with us today. I say stations. Got a couple of new channels and stations with us today. And I got some really, really good feedback on YouTube from the last video we posted. And 2 or 3 of the guys who have smaller channels were like, wow, my subscription count went up by like 200 yesterday after you posted that video. So that's the point. We want to get you guys, the viewers, knowledgeable about who is out there on YouTube and who's talking about what, and et cetera, et cetera. So thank you for joining today. If this is your first time on my channel, click on subscribe below so that you can keep up with all the videos that I post on here. That's all the really cool stuff in amateur radio, not the old stuff like these guys here. But no, I'm kidding. Drinking a beer today. So if anybody else is drinking a beer today, let me know. So we've got 2 new guys with us tonight. Kyle, AA0W. I'm sorry, AE0Z. Yeah, that's right, isn't it? It looks like
Z. Yep.
Yeah, it looks like AAOZ, and I know that's wrong. So Alpha 0 Z. And then we've got David. David, tell me your call sign again, please.
It's Whiskey Zero Delta Hotel Golf.
Delta Hotel Golf. Okay, great. Okay, so Kyle, welcome to the madness. I'm going to let you go first because you're first on my screen. Tell us what your channel's called, what you focus on, how long you've been doing it, and the floor is yours.
Yeah, thanks, Jason. So my name's Kyle, Alpha Zero Zulu. Live here in St. Louis, Missouri. I've been a ham since about 95. Got my ticket in March of 95. Keep quite busy in the ham world. I'm president of the largest club here in St. Louis. We have about 300 members, and the engineering chair and the website chair. We have 7 repeaters on the air here in St. Louis. There's many others, but the club owns 7 repeaters. I've took a break from ham radio for a while, but gotten back into it in the last 10 years and started making videos. My first video was a soda video out in Colorado, and kind of got hooked from then, and been making videos. I got about, I want to say 20, 25 videos out there so far. I love contesting QSO parties. I do the Missouri QSO party, Illinois QSO party. So we do a huge setup. Sterling actually has been on my team, where we go out to the middle of nowhere on a 3-county line and set up 8 antennas and 6 stations and clown around on the Missouri QSO party. Illinois QSO party's coming up here in October. So we'll set up for that. But it's just a conglomerate of stuff. But the things that I'd like to focus on, I do a lot of portable work. So I've got a KX3 and do a lot of portable stuff. I just remoted my station. I've got a Flex and a Maestro. So I just remoted my station about an hour north of me. And because I live in the city here in St. Louis, there's just nowhere to put an antenna. So I just, like I said, remoted my station. And now I'm going through the trials and tribulations of remoting my station. So I'm going to document the whole journey that I've had with getting that up and running. You wouldn't believe how easy some things are and how hard some things are. So I'm hopeful to yeah, I see your Flex radio. Yep. I should have wore my Flex radio, but yeah, the Flex is great. And the Maestro is awesome. And then also in my club, we are starting to put in an Arden network. So I'm going to do a bunch of Arden videos on flashing firmware, how to set up mesh chat, how to set up the different modules. So I've got quite a bit of things planned. We'll see if they materialize, but yeah. And like I said, I love contesting. I go down to a big contest station down in Steelville, Missouri, and contest quite a few times a year. So it's nice running 800 to 1,000 watts on a hill and pulling those big dogs out of the pond or across the pond. So that's my story. And my channel name is, if you just type in my call AA0Z, it'll pop up. It should be the first one. I've got 25, 30 videos out there, and I'm going to do some more. I actually just posted Missouri QSO party from last year, and then I also did a POTA activation on Thursday. I was actually off work this week, so did a POTA activation and posted that on Thursday. So I've got some newer videos out there in the last week, and hopefully I'm gonna keep the cycle going. So that's about it.
Cool, man. That sounds great. Couple of things. Mike, what was your buddy's name who was there at the Tapper conference, the Parks in the Air guy?
That was Tom, W8TAM.
Okay, so he did a small lightning talk about Parks in the Air. So Kyle, you mentioned POTA. There's going to be, and I recorded all those lightning talks, and I'm going to put that. That'll probably go up on my channel this week. And I went and joined the Facebook group for POTA and POTA digital modes and all that kind of good stuff. So I'm going to try some of that myself. That sounds really interesting. So, okay. So since you're talking about Flex Radio, I'm going to take a small blurb here. Okay. We're going back. There's a local club in North Texas out of South Lake called, well, it doesn't matter what they're called, but they go to Costa Rica outside of Liberia almost every year. Nobody went last year, but the previous 6 or 7 years, they went every year. I've been with them twice. So since I am insane, I went to Flex Radio and I said, I want to purchase a Flex Radio. And they gave me a little bit of a deal. I'm going to take it down there to Costa Rica, set it up on an end-fed wire antenna, and leave it. Because they have a high-speed internet at this facility. These people who own this facility are hams, and they know some of the hams up in Texas. And they allow us to keep stuff down there that's too hard to carry back and forth. Like we've got 100 foot of tower. So we usually set up a 40 foot and a 50 foot tower. We've got a bunch of coax, there's power supplies, that kind of stuff that just be too heavy to take down there every time. So I'm going to set up a Flex Radio down there and leave it on the air so that people can connect to it with their Maestro or their Flex Radio Windows app or iPad app and operate as Tango India 7 stroke, whatever the call sign is. All you got to do is get an IARP document from the ARRL, which is like $10. So you get your IARP document and you're like, okay, I'm good to go. And I'll give you my SmartLink login. And I'm like, okay, here you go. So that's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. And you would be amazed on, if you just have one antenna and you just want to put that thing on the air, how easy it is to do.
Oh yeah. It's totally easy. Yeah, I've been real happy. I've got a Flex Maestro and a 6400. I've been incredibly happy with it. So, and really good. Every time I call or email those guys with questions, they're like Johnny on the spot with it. So thanks, man. Glad you're here. I hope you'll join us for future episodes as well.
Yep. Thank you.
We're going to go over here to David.
Jason, before you do that, can I ask you a question? So
I'm scared, but yeah, go ahead.
If you do that, are you a de-expedition?
Yes, because that's where the transmitting antenna is located. The transmitting antenna will be in Costa Rica. So, number one, I'm going down there on a de-expedition next month. So, we're going down there next month. 5 of us, I think, are going down there. And we're going to go on a de-expedition, and we're going to operate while we're there. And then after we leave, I'm going to leave a radio there with a transmitting antenna at that location, at that grid square, at that QTH. So, yes. You are, because that's where your transmitting antenna is from.
That's awesome. I got to play.
Yeah. I'll be happy to share that with you guys. So, cool, man. Hey, good deal. Yeah, that's fun. Okay, David, thanks for joining us tonight.
Having me.
So David took over Ham Radio Now, which has like 300 episodes that you didn't record, but,
yeah, so we're actually over 400, and I think I joined about 270. So we're making progress there.
Cool.
So
man.
I'm David Goldenberg, W0DHG, Los Angeles, California. So I'm David Goldenberg, W0DHG, Ham Radio Now, and you can find us on YouTube at Ham Radio Now or on the web at hamradionow.tv. I took over from Gary Pierce. Actually joined him about 2 years ago. He was looking for someone to do MCOM with him. The show is mostly interview, talking head styles. We don't do unboxing. What we really do is kind of unbox a ham radio issue, right? Whether it's stuff about the ARL or stuff about a product or whatever it is that's interesting to us, and we can get a guest to come on and talk about. Originally, I was going to be the MCOM guy, and it was going to be once a month or so, and then it was more and more, and then Gary, he dropped a bomb on me about a year ago and said, I'm retiring, I'm going off to do politics, and he's doing his own show right now on politics, and I picked it up and run with it. I've been a ham for about 8 years now. I'm very involved with the Aries group here. I'm an EC in the LA section, and just having a lot of fun with it. Lots of shows, lots of different topics, anything ham radio. We've done shows from, again, talking about the ARL board. We've looked at new products, a bunch of the testing products, Arden. We've done some Hilltop episodes. Just lots of fun.
Cool, man. Yeah, you've got I know you've got a lot of history that you're building on top of. So that's good. That's really good. Gary was one of my inspirations when I first started in YouTube. He was one of the shows that I watched. It was before some of these guys who are on here today. It was before they were on there. And he did some stuff that I liked, and he did some stuff that I'm like, I don't really like doing that, but I'm going to go this way with it. But he and I done some collaborations together, and he's very helpful. He was very helpful. The first time I contacted him, he was like, "Oh yeah. What questions do you?" Very energetic, very helpful, very eager to answer questions. Not like, "Oh no, go away." Yeah.
Gary's super supportive. I found him. I actually ended up on the show because I watched an episode, and at the end, 2 hours into it, he said, "Hey, I'm looking for somebody. If you're interested, let me know." And I sent him an email, and we were back and forth a little bit, and it just worked out. It was
Good.
fun.
Good. Awesome. Well, hey, glad to have you, David. Thank you for joining us tonight. And this started, I don't know, a couple months ago. We did the first episode, and it, honestly, I reached out to several of these guys like Josh and Bob and Mike and 2 or 3 other folks who aren't here, Johnny and Tommy, who aren't here tonight. And somebody invited Jerry, which I'm happy to have Jerry here, but I didn't know Jerry before that. And then Kyle and I have met a few times. But I'm just, I got everybody on the show, and I was like, hey, I think this would be fun to do, so let's do it. And then you guys can go separate ways. And then when we did that first collaboration video, everybody was like, hey, this is great. Let's do this again. And I'm like, okay, I thought I was the only one who felt that way. So I'm really happy to have as many people on here as we can. And, if we kind of set this up on a normal going forward basis, then not everyone has to join every time. We can do it that way. We can discuss different topics and everything like that. So Kyle and David, both thank you for being on the show tonight. And we're going to probably just shut this episode down right here, and then we're going to go talk about something else. So 73, you guys check out those videos over there with that link. Click on subscribe over there, and we'll see you guys next time.